Hello, everybody. All my stuff is working, right? Let me double check. OBS. I believe the music was going through. It looks like it is. It's just quiet right now. That's why there's no music going through. But the microphone's going through just fine, which is the main thing I want to check because of the one stream where I just forgot to turn on my microphone for the first 3 hours of stream. What is happening? I have not done anything since last stream, or at least in terms of the code. I've moved stuff around. I've thrown away some trash in my room. Still need to clean it up a bit more, like a lot more, if I'm being real. But also, brain's bad. Brain want code. So that's the plan. What we need to do is let's get rid of the redeeming stuff. Task creation, redeem creation. Close that one. Make user directories. You can close that one. Base task, I probably still want. Base redeeming, I do not want. So, what I want is let me go down to task files. Let me make a new file for long task, which we're gonna start off with first. Um, there's gonna be base, part, and task. So in long, I want a folder, base, folder, part, and then task. All right. And then we just need a script folder for all of them. Oh, that's copying path. I want to duplicate. It won't let me duplicate in the same spot. No. Okay. I guess I'll just create new folder, scripts. Then make it red. New folder, scripts. Hopefully I'm spelling it the same every time. I'm trying to at least. Set color red. Okay. Yes. I want to actually check something that I really shouldn't show on stream. I want to check GitHub. Does GitHub? Oh, that's cool. Because I was kind of wondering how like the editor of Godot looks. In is there something I should hide in here? And if so, how would I hide it? Maybe how do I show this? Okay, Windows Shift S is probably the best thing. I can show off that screenshot. Okay, let me close the GitHub for desktop, and then I will show off the picture I took. What am I thinking? My brain's empty. Where is it going? Oh yeah, I'm switching back. That's what I'm doing. So in apparently when changing like the GitHub project, it does add the new file into the GitHub project, and it adds the color in here as well, which is cool. Yeah, that's cool. I want to see how GitHub actually handles this, because one thing I've been like wishing for is that like I can have it so that there are two colors, like it will like add a bit of the colors together, like lines of the color. But also that's just not important if I just like look at where it's going. But also then I could have like in I can have it so that the task would be like the short stuff would be one color long, and then complicated. I'll have those have different colors, so it would be like gray and then a color, and then the scripts folder underneath would also be red. Just something I was thinking about. Oh, why does my body feel just so tense? Ooh, okay. I need is I need to do what I did here in the base script. I need a create new script, long base, which is going to be much more complicated than the short base was. Load it up. Let's get rid of these functions, and then this needs to extend. Which one was short task? The short base extending? Just base task. Okay. Base task. Alright, and then it's this one's class name is long base long. Is that similar to base short? Yep. So I want base long extend. Okay. And then I need to add in other values to the long base, because what else do I need for long task? I need what am I not thinking of that I need to add as well? Man, I need a haircut. Oop. Also, I put like a bunch more things on my desk since yesterday's stream, because I put on my Joy-Con charger, plugged that into my Switch, which was already on here, and then I grabbed my medicine. I have more stuff on here, and it's not organized yet, but also it still kind of is better than, like, if I were to look behind me, and it's still better than what my desk looked like my desk I was using looked like. What I need is a variable of start time. Start time. I'm losing it. Okay. Let's see. Variable start time. I need elapsed time. Yes. What I need to label saved variables. Ooh, actually, previous elapsed time does get saved, doesn't it? I need a variable paused. I need paused. I need start time. I need previous elapsed time. What else do I need? I could just pull up the one page, see what it looked like previously. Long task. What else did I have in the long task? Oh, that's right. I have it separating if it's an infinite task or not. Do I need? I don't think I'm gonna split it further. I think the long task should look the same if it's an infinite task or not in most cases. Like the only difference is the like progress bar of time doesn't need to be like, oh, more progress is happening. It just needs to um brains empty, brain empty. Yeah, it doesn't need to do more of that. Bad with words. I also forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I can just I need variable inf task. Actually, I don't want to call it inf task. Let's just say inf. Actually, I was doing inf to shorten infinite. I can just call it infinite. Is that how you spell infinite? You. I felt my watch go off. What was that? Oh no. Oh, my sibling who helped get they let me borrow the money. I need to reply to them. I want to check something because I don't even think the desk I was looking at is on. Oh, it's still on sale. I'm sorry. I just want to message them real quick because I find this just absolutely hilarious. Just the fact that they like because I mean I'm gonna have the money on Friday. I just wasn't sure, especially since on the like website that the desk like the manufacturer's website said that the sale was gonna end Sunday, but the place I actually bought it from still had it say still had it so on sale today. send that message, see how fast they respond. I don't want to have that capitalized. You. Okay. Infinite, this is a Boolean. Pause is another Boolean. Start time. That's going to be an integer, and so is previous elapsed time, and then elapsed time. Because elapsed time is calculated based off of start time, previous elapsed time, and then Unix time. But this doesn't need to be saved because this information is gathered because of this information. Actually, I could probably just write the information that actually, the function that actually gets that information. Function get elapsed time. Do that so it doesn't get upset. Waiting to see. Oh, I also got my Pokemon TCG to open. Of course, all this stuff appears while I'm streaming. I need to focus up. Where's there? Okay. Get elapsed time. Get elapsed time is elapsed time is equal to start time minus time dot it's Unix something. Get Unix time from system plus previous elapsed time. Start time minus the current Unix time. Is that actually what I want? Actually, or do I want the current time minus the start time? That probably would work better, right? Actually, I mean, yeah, no, that just means I don't have to make it absolute if I do it the other way around. Oop. There we go. So we get the current time, then we minus the start time, which will get us the difference between the two. And then we get the previous elapsed time. Am I missing something with that? I can't think of it. I can't think of anything I'm missing. Boom. Let's see. I'm getting closer to having all. I'm only missing 11 of like the basic cards for Triumphant Light in TCG Pocket. I'm only missing a couple cards now. I do have enough hourglasses to open another pack, so I'm gonna do that real quick. I feel like my voice is just barely there at this point. I mean, it should be still going through properly. I mean, I might have had the mic turned down just a little bit more than it should have been. But this should be fine. Should be fine. Everything's fine. I'm just very distracted right now. Okay. That's 15 then? Oh, wait, no. I'm stupid. I said 11 and I meant 15. Well, I meant 16. Now I'm at 15 because I just got one more. Still, it's close. Okay. I need to like actually stop. I need to get myself to stop being distracted. How do I focus in here? This should be correct. I can't see what else this would need. Well, I guess in base task, I also set up the display objects. Objects, variable, progress bar. Very distracted right now. I'm just like, just messing with stuff around on my desk instead of actually just staring at my screens. It just feels weird to stare at my screens currently because I have my like main left one is like over to my left, so I have to turn my head to look at it directly. So if I just stare forward, I'm not actually looking at any like if I just stare forward, I'm not looking at anything that's catching my eye. Like when I stare forward, I'm looking directly at here, which doesn't like catch my eye and make me focus in. I probably the thing is I want to move it over, but also what I kind of want to do is I want to move my monitors over, and then I want to have a monitor to the left, which is a vertical monitor, or make the right one a vertical monitor and then have another one be a flat, straight across monitor. But whenever I get that monitor, I need to make it so it has its own stand, because the stand I have on like the back of my desk is it struggles to hold up the weight of the monitors I currently have. Is that deaf? I forgot to remove the bad songs. Oh, about the songs, I feel like the YouTube shuffle on like a playlist is not that random, because so many times now I get creator as the first song. It's not every time, but it's happening more and more times where I will start the playlist and it will do creator first, which I shouldn't complain about. That's what I want. Okay. There, that's set. Okay, removed 13, 5, or an 11. I just removed all the songs I did not want playing. Okay, back, focus up, focus up. I need a progress bar. I know that it, how does, and if I go to the test, short info. I know this was short info, but let me go into here because this one has base short. Yeah. Is that base short or short testing short information reward controller? This doesn't actually need the reward controller, does it? Maybe, I don't know. Add child. Oh, it's something subset. Error file not found. Test present short task. Yeah, because those don't exist anymore. Stop. It's upset because stuff no longer exists. Oh no. Oh well, it's fine. It'll stop complaining eventually. What am I trying to create? I wanted to see, because I just remembered there's a progress bar, but then there's also a texture progress bar. Visual representation. Okay, I want to look at what the difference between both of these guys are. Of that one and a. Why does he keep complaining about the short task behavior? What is trying to make that open? Do. What was I trying to add in? Range textured progress bar. What is the difference between these guys? Show percent. Oh. So this doesn't look like it has any text in it. Where this has. Ooh, what? Under, over, progress offset? Tint, angle. Okay. But neither of these guys have text on it. It has percent, which is fine, maybe. So it has a range. I think the value can be set to like 1.1. No, it just defaults to 1. That's cool. Does it tell me? Value changed. It is a float. Oh, is it because this step is 1, so it can only go up by 1? There, okay. So now if I try and do 1.11, it just goes to 1.1. I see. Okay. So that's fine. Now the question is, how do I want to do this? Let me go to the files real quick. Where have I been storing this stuff? In here. Sort by type. Interesting. Let me just drag this guy in real quick. Let's throw him into test assets. And just kind of drop him on here. Under, I want to let's just make that all blue. Over is going to be all, oh, that's all, I see. Oh, well, that's fine. Draws under the texture that draws under the progress bar. The bar's background over. Draws over the progress bar, uses it, highlights upper frame. Oh, I see how this works. So the back one is like the default look to it. Like if you wanted it to be gray by default, then where the progress is, like if it was some sort of container with like blood in it to represent health, then it would be that the progress would be like the blood, and then the under would be like what is behind the blood, but then the upper part is the stuff above the blood, like the actual container itself, and then also like the text. So no matter what I do, this over is gonna just, if I change that, yeah, no matter what, the over is gonna cover it. But if I do this, yeah, that's better. Oh, and then also if you wanted it so part of the background is always showing, like then you can just change this texture to be different from the progress. What is this about? I'll just not have that. Stretch margin? I don't know what this would do. Okay. To do not 9 patch stretch. Ooh. Oh, that's actually something I need to learn how to do with a lot of my textures, is 9 patch stretch. This is something actually really important. If true, Godot treats the bar texture like a 9 patch, uses stretch margin properties, like stretch margin bottom. Set up a 9 patch 3x3 grid. Use a reticle fill mode. Now this is what I want. This is actually exactly what I want for something. I need to know how to make a texture a 9 patch stretch in Godot. This is actually important, and I need to write this. I need to write this down. In could actually you should go under here. 9 patch stretch. There we go. Write that down. Write that down. Ooh, stretch again. Oh, my legs. I'm thinking about stand. But then my legs get upset that I'm standing. No matter what I do, my legs are upset. Do I lock him back in? Because this guy does have the. Oh, that one has show percentage because it's different. Fill mode, interest. Oh, this is like which way direction it fills from. So if I changed on this one, right to left, then the yellow comes in from one side. Bottom to top is like that bottle I was talking about, where if I make it look like this, stretch down, stretch, like this looks, I mean, it looks bad because this is not what the texture is supposed to look like. But then this filling up is much better. Go back to here. Clockwise? Oh, interesting. Counterclockwise? That's cool. Bilinear? Oh, left and right, bottom and top. Oh, this is like coming from 2 places. Oh, it's not perfect because I don't think this texture is actually centered. But that's cool. And then so left and right, can I inverse which way it's going? Because this makes it go from the center out. Could I make it come from both ends and go in? Clockwise and counterclockwise. Ooh. So this goes from up top and then down. Interesting. What happens if I allow for lesser and just go lower? Does that change the texture? Okay, and I'm assuming if I do the same thing with greater, it just does 100%. Okay. My question is, if I do this one where it has a show percentage, does allow greater and allow lesser change? Okay, the percentage looks like it only goes to 100 on this built-in one, which I'm fine with. Okay. So what I probably want, I'll probably want the textured one if I'm being honest, but both of them use range. It's just the display that changes. I just want to look at how all that works. So I want range, which in long base progress bar. What I would probably do is have a minimum value. What would I have? How would I actually? I think maybe I just have it 1 to 100 and then make it percentage based thing where I just have it set the value and then I just make it to the step be like 0.001. So what I'd probably want is variable. No, not variable. I want a function ready super dot underscore ready, and then I also want progress bar dot step equal to 0.001. Rounded. Does that allow me to do like if the step was 1, it would go value? No. What does rounded do? I don't know what rounded would do. What I want is function progress bar. Do I want set? I'll just say progress bar. And then I want this one to be progress bar. What do I want it to be? I want progress bar dot value is equal to I need goal time. Variable goal time, which is an integer. Variable value is its goal time divided by elapsed time. Oh, I didn't do that one correct. There we go. Value is equal to goal time divided by elapsed time. That should be correct. Is this one able to go progress bar? Is progress bar able to go up by 0.%? It doesn't say on the percentage. It just does that. If I made this like 17, yeah, that doesn't. It only does percent. It doesn't do like point something %. Okay. Get elapsed time. Progress bar. Okay. Alright, alright. What else do I need? Should I just put the progress bar stuff in get elapsed time? Because this really isn't going to change unless this changes. So this probably doesn't need to go in its own function. I don't think. Maybe I'll figure out at some point. I also probably want it to be it's equal to this if infinite is equal to false, else if I have the max, I'll set this to 100. No. Expected else? Where did you expect else? Oh, I didn't do this as equal to, okay. This would get upset because I don't have the progress bar actually set to anything. Let me think about this a bit. Yeah. Because I want to calculate elapsed time, goal time, however. This is its own thing. Because if it's an infinite task, then I want to set the progress bar to just be 100. Because there's no percentage to actually compare it to, it just keeps going. Then I kind of just, okay, this is getting the elapsed time. On ready, it does this. Is there a reason why I'd want ready to happen after? Oh, I do need to get the match button progress in here. That is something I do need for sure. Okay. Then what I want, what is it? Match progress. Then what happens when button is pressed? Okay. Button is pressed. I set up the progress logic inside of this code, and then in base code it saves the information and then matches the progress. So I would also need in here super base wasn't pressed. What I want instead of that is this becomes its own thing. Pressed base button pressed, and then what I need is logic. I need it so if progress equal to 0, else if one. Do I want it to be equal to 1 or do I want 2? Okay, if I want oh, it's not spelled, it's elif. I keep forgetting that. I'm used to having to spell out else if. If progress is equal to 0, how does this work? Progress is equal to 1 match progress. It's equal to 1. Because ready should also match progress, right? If I check in here, yeah, match progress. Which shouldn't change. Because then this is only if it's pressed. If the button, if it has not been start it, we'll just start. Then once it's started, this should be the stuff that makes it start. What I wanted to do is I wanted to set it to 1, and then I want to set it to 2 inside of here. Actually, what I probably could do is have it flip back and forth between 1 and 2 if it's pausing or not. And then 3 is ready to end. Ooh. Doors opening, I heard it. Match progress, what I want, 0 should be nothing is happening. Which is what currently is happening, right? Because all of the tasks on progress match 0 start task or start task, which I should also remember to make sure is happening in here. What I should do is label unpaused for Because how does it work in 2? In 2, 1 is complete. So 1 is asking if you want to complete. 1 is make it complete. So in here, what I need is ready to complete, and then I need a 4th to be actually complete. Stretch. Ooh. Aye. So, if it's 1, cheap fuse, man, I would love cheap fuse. Ooh. Wait. I'm trying to fix this. Warnings don't delete the message, so I'll delete it by hand. There we go. Then just fix that screen. Perfect. We love it when bots show up. Aye. Unpause. Progress is equal to 2. Pause. Aye. Unpause. Progress. Okay. This is when it's unpaused. I want to set. How did I set the text in here? Progress text. That is what I want. I want to set progress task. I want to set progress text. Progress task is equal to. Oh, this needs to go 1 level deeper than if it's a part or not. Because it needs to compare if it's infinite or not. If infinite, else. This is when it's currently unpaused. If it's not an infinite task, you're gonna say pause part, pause task. Unpaused, if infinite, progress text is equal to so this should say pause or complete. Because if it's an infinite, you need to be able to choose. Then it's basically going to be the exact same thing for this one. Into pause. If infinite, except these become unpause. And then it sets the progress equal to 1. So if it's equal to 0, progress is equal to 1. I guess else if progress is equal to 3, progress equal to 4. Yeah. Because if it has not started yet, switch over to starting it, which then either sets the text based on if it's an infinite or not, and then if it's a part or not. And then it sets it to 2, and then when you click it, it comes back. It's now 2, and then if it's 2, it does all of this, and then it sets it back to 1, and you go back and forth until, if it's an infinite task, it should never go to 3. But if it's if it is this task, if it can be completed, then when it gets to this point, which this will be set once elapsed time is greater than or equal to goal time. So this will end the task, which will be base end. Which adds the reward and then disables the button. Which I actually think I want to override in here. I think I want this to just be end, actually, because I want to override how that works in here. But I do need to make that real quick. Function end pass. I don't know how I'm gonna do that yet, but I guess I could just run it all in here, but I just want to keep it out so my brain can keep it out. Oh, and then if it's anything else, pass an error. That's a good thing I probably should also add to the bottom here. If it gets to here, it should be ready to complete, which means it really could just take this. And then same thing with 4, where it can take this, right? Yeah. That makes sense, right? Ooh, stretching. If it is currently unpaused, it checks if it's infinite or not, and then it sets it to pause or complete if it is, and then it sets it to pause if it's not. Same thing. Okay, so this should be correct. Is there anything else that comes with this one? No, I don't think so. Okay, that should work. Do I need this actually at all? Because it should be able to tell based on the progress if it's paused or not, with how I currently have this set up. I don't know if I actually need this. I will currently... Nope. There we go. Everything's still working, right? I just realized I pressed F3 on accident, and I don't know what that does in Godot, or like just in general. So I don't know what would I did. I don't think anything happened, so I'm gonna just keep moving. Start time, previous elapsed time. Okay. Oh, I also need to do the set and save information changes. Actually, no, I need the get information change. Do unlong task. function get information super dot get information oh, is that gonna that's gonna return something though. Turned is equal to that. And then what I want to do is return not declaring current scope. Then I'll declare it. There we go. And then how... Okay. I need something like this. This is not going to be title. This is going to be... this one is going to be infinite array. This task infinite. And then it's going to pass infinite. False. If part false, else part ID, part infinite, infinite. There we go. Then I need this for goal time, start time, and previous elapsed time. So what I need is I basically need this again. But instead of it being infinite, I need this to be, instead of it being infinite, I need goal time. This task goal time. Copy that over into here. Stop fighting me. Stop fighting me. Go. And then goal time. There we go. Then we just gotta do it again. Nope, I copied something else. Alright, goal time. Now it's start time. Start time array. And then just change goal to start. Goal to start. Goal time. Start time. Start time. There we go. And then previous elapsed time. Previous elapsed time array, this task. I'm gonna just copy this into here. Task goal time. Task previous elapsed time. It's just so fun to have to fill in all it is. Don't know why that was. Oh, because those were supposed to say part. Stop fighting me. Yeah, these are all task. These are all part. And then I need to change what these ones are collecting to previous elapsed time. Previous elapsed time. Alright, and then what I need is I need this return. These don't exist because it's actually these ones. I need is return. Actually, let me make sure I get, it's 4 of them. So I need returned 0. Then I just need all 4 of these. Then I need infinite array. Then I need goal time array. And then I need start time array. Then I need previous elapsed time array. And then that should work with the saving information, because location prep is the exact same. Yeah, location prep is the exact same, and then all of this is the same because this will just keep going through anyways. The only difference is with the set information, where instead of variable return get information, yes. So it's gonna get return. Well, look who it is. Hello, welcome in. Why is my body just so tense right now? Like, I just need to stretch so much for no reason. I need this, but I'm gonna have to change out progress. I need is in here score set, nope, function underscore set. Careful not to pull a muscle. I will do my best. I haven't yet. Let's just make sure I do the same one, but welcome in. Then I need to do super set information. Am I able to get, I should be, because this is a variable in here, I should be able to just get that variable underneath, right? Nope, it's not work. That doesn't work. Why does that not work? Why wouldn't that work? Oh shit, weren't you streaming last night? Yeah, I was. I mean, I was late streaming, cause I think it took me about an hour longer to start streaming, but that's because I got my I got a standing desk because I was just tired of sitting for so long. So I've got that. It should be good. Let me see if I can. Should be good to raise. My cables are still a mess, and my entire room is a mess, and I no longer have a bed, but I think you could hear that in there. I think I remember opening stream but never said anything because I wanted to finish something first. I forgot to come back to it. No worries. How is the standing desk? It is nice. I need to clean it up a bit. I mean, just because I put a bunch of stuff on it because I just was trying to get stuff off of my old desk, which is still in here that I need to take care of. Because there's just more stuff I don't want to put on this desk on there. And when I say that this desk is a mess, it's still much better than the old desk I had. And also just standing is nice sometimes. I just wish my body like where are you sleeping without a bed? Last night I slept on the floor, but that's just because I didn't finish cleaning my room. What I want to do is take the futon from the living space since no one uses it and bring that in here and sleep on that instead. I just did not finish cleaning up my room last night, so I just slept on the floor. It wasn't that bad, it was just I was sleeping on the floor. Hi. I'm afraid. So I'm gonna have to probably set up what is it? I think I'm gonna have to just set up this again. Because if I set this up here, it should still in here set the return because this should still activate into the child. I believe it should. I would think it would. These become 4. And then this needs to become what was the fourth one, infinite. Then I just need this 4 more times, I think. Because I need to get 5, which is the goal time. Goal time. But yeah, it's nice having a standing desk. I just gotta get used to it. I think the main problem I have is that like I don't want to keep lowering and raising it back and forth. But also I find it cool that I'm doing that, so I want to do it because of that. And then also my body just doesn't like sitting still. Like it just wants to constantly stand up and sit back down. But also I shouldn't be running the motor that much. Like that doesn't seem like the best idea. It'll just wear it out faster. But yeah, it's nice. It's also just there's more space on it than my last desk. All I gotta do is just make the wires look better and clean up my room. Get a stand. I should probably get a standing desk or just stand up more often. Yeah, I mean that's why I got a standing desk is because I needed to stand up more often, but also I'm just always at my computer. So what I needed to do was make it so I could stand up while I was at my computer. Because trying to stand up at my old desk was stopping me from being able to like I wouldn't be able to play games or like properly have my hand on the keyboard and mouse when I was standing. But now I can do that. I did set this right? Yeah. Next one is 6. There. And then that one is start time. 2. And then the next one is going to be, I know it's previous elapsed time. And then this is 7. I think if I was a little shorter, my desk would be fine. I had to stand at. I mean, trying to think. I mean, I think that is my main problem. I'm at like the most average height, but the problem about being at the most average height is that everything is not made for me. You would think being the average height, everything would be like built around the average. But what I have found is that most things are either high up or low to the ground. And it's like it's just high enough where I have to like stretch to get to that height, or it's just low enough where like I don't actually like go down to bend. I just like tilt my back a little bit. And just putting that little bit of a bend in your back is so much worse than just like actually getting low to the ground. Like if it was something even lower, I could just like actually crouch down and then it wouldn't ruin my back as much. But the problem is that stuff that is lower down is like actually just like a tiny bit lower down. So all I have to do is stretch my arms down a little bit. That sucks so much. Yeah. It's like I literally just like hunch my back the tiniest bit, and it's like that is just so much worse than if I was just like actually hunched over. I think the main time I was running into that issue was with what is it? Was working at one of the last places. They had a like sink to do dishes, but the sink was lower so that way shorter people could use it. But the problem is it was like just low enough where like I had to like tilt my back a bit to reach down into it to like clean stuff. So I was just constantly at that position, and that was really not nice. Do do do. Let's see. I think all of this would work. I don't know what I'm missing. I don't know what I'm missing from here that's not gonna make this work. Because saving information should already work because of how this is returned. Setting information is just a pain in the ass. I wish I had like a better way. I mean, do I have a better way of doing that actually? I mean, no, because I can't pass it through. I can't pass it through an array. Never mind. I can't pass like I can't pass the act. I can pass what the variable is equal to, but I can't pass the variable through an array. If I ever have shoes with high heels, I need to bend a little bit for some stuff, so I know how it feels. Yeah. No, I mean I do much just prefer just actually being able to get low. Then again, I don't think my knees like that as much, but I think that's because I just am not. I just don't like actually do like squats and crushing. What's the return variable for? Okay, the return variable is actually not or like in this one or in set information. Because returned is just getting the return information for here. In set, okay, so I set it up in here, but if I actually go to the base task function, it sets the return variable to get information. It's just since I set it here, it doesn't understand it when I try and write out the code here, and it's complaining. So I'm setting it here so that way I'm making it here so that way it can be set in here, and then have it so that this it can continue doing this once it gets out into here. Does that work? I don't know yet. That's the thing, because I know if I did this, I know this does not work. If I just had a better way of like getting this to work, but the problem is I can't send a variable through an array. It just sets the information of the variable, not the actual variable itself. So if I change it, it would just come back as like true, which then doesn't work. So like that's the main problem I have with setting information is that I have to set the name manually. Unlike the saving information, since the saving information doesn't require changing what it is already because it's saving what it has been changed to. What I need to do is test if this stuff works. So I need to set up a new test scene. Create new scene test long. Actually, what I want to do is I want to duplicate this one because this one already has the base information in it. Test long. There we go. You should just do variable return get info again there, or you could return the array and set information. You can just do variable return equal to get again in there. Set info. Fair. I'm trying to think that as if it doesn't work. Yeah, I want to see if it works or not. I'm trying to think of what else you're saying. It's equal to get info again. Or you could return the array in set info. I think I know what you mean, like returning it in the base one, which is not as much as what I would like. Because I mean, I'm already for the get information, like the altered version of it, I'm getting the return of that and then setting the returns just where they're supposed to be. Just because if I return just return, then these would all be like second arrays, which I don't want. They just need to be their normal array. So I just have to pull the arrays back out. Wait. I'm waiting. I mean, I don't want. This is all tests. Where did I put those? Oh, I didn't save this. That's why these don't exist. What's the point of get info? It's the thing of for get information. This is setting the information because it sets depending on if it's a part or not. It sets the information. If it's a task, it sets it under this task because they're all going to the same file location. It would set this task infinite or like the goal and then what they are. And then because this information is used both in get value, like, or when I set information, I need this layout. And then also in save information, for saving the information, it needs the same values. It was just, I need these values in both save information and set information. So, and then also if I find a better way to do set information where I can actually just have the variable instead of having to type it out. Yeah. Because, I mean, this is just writing it this way means that I don't have to adjust the save information in the long task. Because now save information, this should just work in all instances. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because they're all being saved the same in get information. Get information updates in the long base. So yeah, that should just all be the same. What I need is I have this test short information. I want to duplicate this test to test long information. Long info. Okay. For a minute, I thought get info was just repeating the variables which the script already had access to. No, yeah, get info was just to set up where it's actually being saved in the file location, depending on if it's if it's the task or if it's a part, and then also just correcting everything, because it's used for setting and saving the information was the main reason why I did that, and then also it just makes it. I mean, I have to still type everything out for. Like, I still have to type everything out in here, but it just makes it so that when I save information, it's easier. And then set information is already half done in most cases. What do I need? I need elapsed time is its own thing. I need to make progress bar in the test. I need to open up the test long info. And then I need to attach this onto here. I should rename this one test long. So what I also need, I don't want to set this. I don't actually want to set this in here. What I will do is set it to 0 for when I open it the first time. This is going to come off a base long. That right? Base long should be right. Why is that one? Test long info. Oh, it's because I didn't capitalize it. That's why. What did I do wrong? Have I just not saved the base script at all yet? Have I not saved the base script, the long base at all? No, it's just not. Okay, there it goes. Now it's working. I just have not saved any of this information yet at all because I just haven't tested it yet. That's because Godot normally just automatically saves my code when I test it. So I just was not thinking about it. That's amazing. I'm always hitting Control S. I hit Control S a lot as well. I mean, whenever when I'm flipping between code like that, like when I see that problem, it's because a lot of the time I'm calling from a different script, but if I don't save that script, then it will complain. A lot of the time I am hitting Control S for that reason. I just have been locked in on setting up the base for the long script that I have not done it yet. Okay. Let's see, on ready, it's setting the button, it's setting the label. What I need is to also set, what did I call it? I called it progress bar, test long info, progress bar, gotta be equal to, do I want to set it equal to the textured one, or, do I want to set it equal to textured? Does Godot have save all shortcut? I don't know if it is. Let me test if it is save, because I think Control S it does just save all in Godot. Yeah, Control S just saves everything in Godot. For whatever reason they decided to do that. I'm gonna just use normal progress bar for this one. Yeah. I don't know why they have it set that way, or if that's something I can change. But I mean, I'm not gonna worry about it. Yeah, as I'm typing, I hit Control S every few lines. What I need to do is I need to just set up like a timer that is constantly running on my PC. That just every like 10 minutes it just hits Control S for me. What I should do is change this back to left to right. I need to mess with progress bars more when I actually set up the thing. So I'll probably end up going with a textured progress bar. I just also am going to have to add a label on top of the progress bar. But that's like a setting stuff up to actually look good type of thing. I'm realizing I'm not actually setting. I'm not actually setting. Okay, all of this is setting information. Yeah. Input event create. That's what I need to do. I need to create. Imagine you have the void behind you in Minecraft. You forgot to turn off Control S timer. It makes makes you walk backwards. That would be hilarious. I don't use control for crouching in Minecraft, luckily. So I don't think it would stop me from shifting, but also I could only imagine. Let's see. I need to do is I need to set up testing. What is it in here? I need to set up if it's infinite or not. I need to set up the goal time. I need to set this information up. Oh, I am not using the paused currently because I figured out a different way to see if that is paused or not. So I need to do this. Oh, that's being weird. It's equal to false because I don't want it to be infinite. Goal time is going to be equal to, oh no. What is like 5 minutes? Actually, maybe I should just do a minute. So I'll do 65. Start time I'm gonna try to start making game dev videos on YouTube as a desperate attempt to market my game. That is a smart way to market games. Most of the games I've looked at recently have been because of looking at YouTube shorts. But also I have not bought any new games because I am also broke, but the like only new game I have played has been what is it called? It's been that Repo game, just because I was gifted it from a friend because they wanted to play it. Previous elapsed time, this is gonna be equal to 0. Before joining stream, I was writing a script about test levels. Interesting. Yeah. I would like to make videos about development, but also I just don't have any knowledge to share unless it's about what I'm developing. And currently what I'm developing is something that is more of a tool than a game. And would be less fun to look at. What am I doing? I realize I don't have let me set start time equal. Start time should not be set in here at all. Previous elapsed time probably should be. What I need, now that I'm realizing it, is long task. I need it when it... Where did I set in the base task when it... location prep? I need to basically do something like this. But if the start time doesn't exist... What I need to do is I need to do like what I did up here and set stuff to 0 in here. But what I need to do is I need to set that for the start time equals 0. The title is going to be Are Test Levels Hurting Your Game? The thumbnail is going to say probably. Something like that. I'd click on that. But also that's because I am in testing stages, so let's see. Start time integer is equal to 0. Well, I want where am I trying to click? In here somewhere. Video doesn't even exist and I have you hooked. Yeah, exactly. I need to, in here. It's not going to be in here. It's not going to be in match button progress. Elapsed time. What I need is when I set information. Actually, no, what I do need to put it in here because this is how it will control if it's paused or not. If one, what I need to do is if it's 1, start time is equal to current, what am I setting this to? Start time, this needs to be equal to whatever time it currently is. Where did I, time Unix system. Unpause. This sets the start time to the Unix system. And then if progress is 2, this needs to stop this from happening, but also when it loads, it needs to set the start time. Because if it loads when it is paused, it still needs to set the start time. But it also probably needs... What else would it need? It would need... Because this is when it saves information. So this will set the start time here. What I need is in like process delta. What I need, pass so it doesn't yell because I don't like when it yells at me. I need to match. I need to get progress. I'm gonna try and record the video over from that now. If you are still streaming when I'm done, I'll hop back in. Otherwise, have a good night. Have a good night. Otherwise, have a good night. So maybe good night? I don't know. See ya. Good luck with the recording. I love recording voices. I love listening to my own voice. My main thing is that I need to learn how fucking DaVinci works. DaVinci is like the main thing stopping me from making videos currently, just because if I understood how DaVinci worked, it would be all set. But no, I don't know how DaVinci works yet, because it's a whole nother tool that I need to learn how to use, as well as learning how Godot works. Then again, I keep feeling like I'm starting to get a grasp of Godot, and I think the thing is that it is at like peak, that like one graph where it's like, oh, I've learned everything, and then it's like, oh wait, no, I've just scratched the surface. And I feel like I keep running into that with Godot. It's like, oh, I'm on track, and then it's like, oh wait, no, I just learned something new, and I've been doing one thing stupid for like the last months. Then again, I've only really been working in Godot for a month and a half now. It feels like such a long time now, just because it is the most my brain has had to work in so long. And I am loving it, but if progress, if it's equal to 1, get elapsed time, there we go. If progress is equal to 1, get elapsed time. Else. I guess else it shouldn't do anything. I guess else. Is it really only when it's at 1? When the progress is at 1? This is the only time it should be working. What I do want is if progress is equal to 1. What I want to happen is before progress, checking if progress is equal to 1, I want to check if goal time is less than or equal to, wow, there we go. Nope. There we go. Goal time is less than or equal to elapsed time. If goal time is less than or equal to elapsed time, progress 1. No, not progress 1. Progress is equal to 3 then. Yeah, it's equal to 3 for complete. But what I want to also do is, if this happens and infinite equals false. Yes. Oh, that's exactly what I want, actually. hitting my watch off the wall. So I kind of don't like being up against the wall I'm up against just because, like, there's a room on the other side of that wall. But the problem is that it's either that or I'm up against. I either don't get to be in a corner if I do that, or like it's either that be in front of a window. I probably could if I moved everything over there. Ooh, now I'm thinking, but then I have to move my entire desk again, which is like probably the one thing that would stop me from moving its position. I also think I would rather have it if anybody ever enters my room, I probably don't want it so that they are looking at my computer directly. I think having it so I have to come around is nicer than having it so it's like a directly looking at it. And that way I can also see the door. It really is just like the one good spot for a desk in this room is good for a sitting desk and not a standing desk. Everywhere else, I can probably find a complaint for it. I mean, except unless like literally opposite where I am now on the other wall behind me, but then I still have like the wall to my. Then the wall will just be on my right, and I'll still have the same issues. I could move it off the wall over there. I could also move it off the wall over here about. Eh, I don't have much further where I can move it until my computer is in front of my door and I just knock over my computer every time I enter my room. Guess I can move the computer under my desk, but I kind of want to have all the space under there for my feet. I could put it. I see where I could put it, but then I'd have to move a bunch of I would have to move some posters. And then it would still not, and then it would be the thing of where I was complaining about where people could just see my desk, my computer, and then I can't see the door. It really is the thing of like I just don't like how. I mean, it's kind of nice having a wall to lean on, but I just don't like when I hit the wall because I know that there is a room to the next to me, and I don't like the idea of just whacking the wall. It's fine. Where was I at? Process. Okay, so this gets elapsed time. Um, I need it so that when it's paused, I don't want it for when it's loaded. I want when the button is pressed and it's paused. Make progress equal to 1. What I want is else if progress. Actually, what I could do is just make a match statement out of this. Let me finish writing this out before I do that. Equal to 1. What I want to do in this case is previous elapsed time is equal to elapsed time. Because if the button is pressed and it's equal to 1, then this is going to end up pausing it. And then it's going to go into the match progress where it will then match it will send match into it'll then match into 1. Actually, do I want it to be 1 or do I want it to be 2? If it's 1, then it already says this, doesn't it? Because then it matches the progress and then it goes into here. Okay, wait, this is only when the button is pressed. Is it 1 or is it 2? When button is pressed, if button is 1, set the elapsed time, and then it does this and then sets it to 2. Wait, do I have this backwards? Wait. If 1 is unpaused, then it needs to be 1 for it to elapse time. I think I got these backwards. Or at least I think I got all the text backwards. Because if it's equal to 1, well, if it's equal to 1, then it's unpaused. It's asking if you want to pause it. And then it sets it equal to 2. Oh, that's the problem. I'm doing this first. I'm doing this at the end. So whenever it's 1, it switches over to 2 when it's paused. Oh. So whenever it's supposed to be unpaused, it's paused. So what I either need to do is swap these numbers around or swap the numbers around down here. I think I'm going to swap the numbers around down here. Because this says unpause. Okay, and then I'll swap it in here to 2. Because if it's 1, this is when it's unpaused. It sets the start time to the start time. And then it asks if you want to pause it, and then it sets it to 2, because when it's 2, that's when, okay. When it's 1, switch to, oh no, I've been stupid all along. The problem is whenever I load into the script, then it's just gonna do this. Unless on ready I switch it. Unless on ready I switch it around. But also I have to do it, I have to do it in like the middle of this ready script. Because it has to happen after set information, but before match progress. I'm such a genius. Maybe I do need that paused Boolean after all. That would be smarter. I'm also getting tired of standing. I'm going back down. I just gotta make sure none of the wires get upset about going back down. Alright, no, everything looks fine. Alright. Slow it down. Alright. What is... what am I missing here? What could I do? Because currently as I have it set, it's supposed to start unpaused, so it goes to progress 1. Because the problem is whenever it loads, it's currently at the one it should be. Why is this here? Why? Oh, fuck. Do I need... trying to see if there... how I fix this issue. I guess I could change where it sets this progress at. That's probably the smart thing to do. So it sets it to 1 where it's unpaused up here, and then if the button is pressed, okay, that's probably the smarter way of doing it. What I need is a match statement in the button press as well. Okay, I love this. Match progress. Match progress if it's 0 pass 1 pass 2 pass 3. It's amazing. If it's 0, make it 1. If it's 1, make it 2. If it's 1, make it 2. If it's 2, make it 1 again. And if it's 3, make it 4. Progress. Okay, that should solve the issues. Wait, there was an issue. I need to put this into 1. Okay. So if it is 1, it sets it to 2, and then it does this, which then changes the start time. It only sets the progress bar when it happens. Okay. Alright, no, I got this. The gears are turning. Bar dot value is this. If it's infinite, else it's 100. Lapse time. What I want is, oh, and match progress, one of these. Okay. If it's paused, start time should always equal that. But if it unpaused, okay. In 2 and 0, it should do this. I also need to plug in my headset. Ooh, this is gonna be a little bit harder to manage. I used to have my computer on my left. Like basically most of my desktop has flipped. I mean, my monitors and my keyboard and mouse are in the same position, but like where my mic is and where my desktop, like the tower is, and then where my tablet for stuff is, has all flipped. I'm also gonna take off my headset since it's charging now. The music should remain to be fine, or like as fine as it has been the entire stream. I just am getting I've listened to so much Minecraft music in the last couple of weeks, so I'm just getting a little bit. I still love it, but also it's just starting to destroy my brain cells. All of my brain cells are just playing one song on loop. And then whenever that song starts playing, they get excited and stop focusing. I just need headphones off for a little bit. Especially since when I try and charge them, they get they start getting some static because electricity is going in there. When it's 1, set it to 2, which is when it's paused. And then it gets the previous elapsed time. The only time when whenever the button gets pressed, it probably should set the start time. Whenever the button gets pressed, it sets the start time. And then whenever it gets pressed, it starts the start time. And then if it's paused, it should set the start time in here. And then when it loads up for the first time, what happens is if it's 1, which means it unpauses, it does its thing, and then it doesn't set the start time. But if it's 2 where it's paused, it sets the start time, so that way the progress bar is not messed up. But when you push the button, you gotta change the start time. You gotta always change the start time. I guess what I could do... No, I need to set the start time in here no matter what. I also don't want to change the start time here because I don't want to set the start time in here or in here. So yeah, that's fine. Okay. So that sets the start time here, sets the start time here, and then whenever it is paused, it sets the start time. Whenever it started, it sets the start time, and whenever it's unpaused, it sets the start time, which are all the times. But when it loads and it's unpaused, I do not want to set the start time in here. It's only when the button's pressed. But also when I load, if it's already paused, I want it to set the start time. And then the previous elapsed time, whenever it gets paused, okay, I should start go from unpaused to paused. From go from ready to complete to complete. There we go. Yes. Oh, that seems all correct. Why? Go from ready to complete to complete. What I should do. There we go. Just to make it separate better. Because it's not going from ready to complete. It's going from ready to complete to complete. Unpaused does its thing. Paused does its thing. Yes. And then what happens in elapsed time, it sets elapsed time equal to the current time minus the start time. So, but this is only when elapsed time is running. And then it also sets the progress bar, and then it sets the current time to the start time plus previous elapsed time. So if I also run this on ready, if I set this on ready, that means on ready, if it is On ready, if it is paused, it will already have set the start time to the current time. Yeah. I feel like I could have just made a toggle. This I feel like there could have been an easier way to do that. But I think this way will work. I think there is definitely I think it's coming into my head. I don't think I need to set the start time constantly. Maybe. No, the idea I was going with was like it only needs to set the start time. No, this is how it works. There, the way I was thinking ended up failing at like trying to figure out where start time would else need to go, and then trying to figure that out, it was still running into the problem of then something else was breaking. So I think this should all work actually this time. Maybe. Do do do. Let me see how this looks. I'm gonna stretch it out just a bit to see it better. I'm gonna do 0.001. I just really want it to have. Oh wait, this this bar doesn't work in 0.001. Well wait, how far can it go? Oh, so the percentage. Oh, what? Why is this one's value? This one's value is set. This guy's value is not. If you set this to 0.001. What? Stop. There. Yeah. Do 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 do. I would need to make this texture smaller, but or I would need to make the texture actually start at the start of the texture. Yeah, this one actually moves fluidly. This one was not. I don't know why it was. Yeah, this one just won't do percent points. Yeah, I don't know why. This one does not work. This one does not work for what I want. I need to use the textured progress bar. What I need to do then, because I'm pretty sure I set it up in this ready function. Oh no, I set it up in the test long function. I set it to progress bar. That no longer exists. I set it to this one. I think everything should work now. This has the right script on it. Test long. Oh wait. Actually, I don't think. Invalid get index 4. What? That return is not working properly. Okay. Yeah, that was one of the things that was one of the things that I didn't know if it was actually gonna work or not. So it needed to be tested. On set information variable return. Okay. Yeah, just do it there. And now something else is upset. Invalid set index on texture base. Okay. With type integer. It needs to be a float. This is not currently a float. Now it's currently afloat. Nope, it's upset. Inset index value. Variable value print value, and then set value to here. Oh wait, nope. I spelled it wrong in the first place. Actually, I'm an idiot. That's my fault. That's my fault for being an idiot. Yeah, let me just put this back. Let me just put this thing back where it came from. Try that again, but this time with the correct spelling. Ooh. Oh wait, I wanna create. And then let me open up the file to get that created file's name. Boom, boom. Open file location. Oh, that's the redeem list. Task list. This one was created just now. It has all the information I want. What I need to do is I need to take this guy's name, and then I need to put it in the test long, test long info, task ID, set it here. Oh, I didn't set any reward for it. Let me actually just set the reward. Oh, I know the reward is set. Oh, it's not setting the task. It didn't set the task type correctly, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't set the task type correctly because I have this set the type to 0. Save. Yeah, these are not being tested. Test task redeem. If I click this, that didn't work correctly. What? What the fuck? What happened to it? Oh, it just went from 0 to 4. Well, why did it make that jump? What? Long base, on button press, match progress. Is it? What? Yeah, no, it's just flashing very fast. Is it because it's setting the progress in here? How did I not do that in the first place? Let me double check how I had this done in the past. On button press if do match statements not wait? Super base button. What does the base match button one do? Isn't that one just, it matches the progress if it's 0? Does match progress just blow through everything real quick? Is it at least working where it set the information of the other stuff? It didn't even set the start time information or the previous elapsed time. So it's just when it's being pressed, it's not setting the start time though. Oh, I guess it's not saving the start time? Super base. Oh, does it not save the information on the match progress? Match progress set this stuff. Oh. Oh wait, no, it sets it on here. It saves the information here and then it matches the progress. And then in here, that does it at the bottom where it should be saving and then it should save and then it should set the match progress. So it's not even... It's not saving the start time. What? Why would it not say? It's changing the words, but it's not setting the start time ever. Super match progress. Yeah, it's changing that. And then in here, base button pressed, save information, match progress. Set the stuff, super that. This is information. Match progress. It's 1, do this. 2, do this. My biggest question is why is it not? It does not set the start time once. It does not do that a single time, even though it looks like it's running through here at the speed of light. It should at least start it once. Unless it does this, then it just sees that it's 1, goes down, do this. Is that what's happening? If I were to put this above it, would that change the start time first? That didn't change the start time. Why is the start time not? Did I fail? Is it because I haven't set the start time equals 0? It never sets the start time. I feel like the problem is happening here. Like it's just when it's pressed, it's doing its thing too fast. That wasn't happening for the short one, was it? Oh wait, let me change the short one's progress back to 0. Yeah, that one's not doing that. Set that one back. But then again, that one's doing if statements. I think it has to be the match. I think it has to be the fact that this is a match statement. That has to be it. What I need to do is just change this to oh, this one was 1. This should now be else if progress is equal to 0, start time, progress is equal to 1. Else if progress is equal to 1, progress is equal to 2. Does that fix it? Nope, that did not fix it. It is something about this button. But it also does work in the other one. So what is the difference between on pressed progress 1 if progress is equal to 0 else 2? And then in here, if progress is 0, set this stuff, else progress is 1. Do I need to do it the other way around? Maybe it would stop it from doing this? If I go back to when it was a match statement, if I just go the other way, I should also give 3 its sing back, and I should give 0 its guy back. Oop. And then 1. Does this stop it from having us just going straight to the end? Nope, it just goes straight to the end. Match progress. Oh wait, is it cause if goal, this is it. This is where my problem is. If goal time is less than or equal to elapsed time and infinite is false, progress is equal to 3. If progress, this one should be 1, right? Because I switched it around. 1 is supposed to be on pause. Yeah. If goal time, what do I have goal time set to? I have it set to 65. If goal time is less than or equal to elapsed time. Elapsed time gets set here where it gets the time from the system and start time. Oh, start time's not being set. Wait, is that the problem? If it's 0 and then it's pressed, it sets the start time. But up here it's not, it doesn't have a start. Oh. Up here, it doesn't have a start time. So this instantly sets it to 3. But since that happens after it matches the button, when I press it up, okay. So what I need to, but I need to, okay. I think I want to, after I get a lapse time, let me just match progress again. In ready. Let's just do this twice. Ooh. I can just hear everything open when a door opens. I just hear the entire building. Let's see. Will that one fix it? Now that on ready, well, on ready, it's still setting the elapsed time. What I need is if elapsed time is equal to, yeah, because if it's 0, it has not set an elapsed time yet. So if, not elapsed time, if start, yeah, if start time is equal to 0, start time is equal to start time if start 0, else Unix that start time is equal to the Unix time if start time is equal to 0, else start time. I could make this shorter, couldn't I? Is there a way I can make it shorter? I don't know if there is yet. Let me. Now does it work? No, it's upset. If visible by 0. It's visible. How do I fix that? What? This needs to not be 0. I guess. If elapsed time is equal to not 0, expression, oh, like that. That. Boolean? Okay, fuck me. If elapsed time is less than or equal to 0. If elapsed time, actually no, I should just do greater than without the equals to. If elapsed time is greater than, run this. Okay. It works. Oh. Oh wait. Oh wait, that's not right. Oh wait, that's not right. Hold up. Something ain't right there. I screwed something up. Goal time divided by elapsed time. Why did it go backwards? What? Why is it backwards? Time. Elapsed time is equal to it's equal to the current time minus start time. So why did it jump like that? Why would it jump like that? Let me think about why. $65 divided by 2. Oh, well, this is backwards. Because it's supposed to be the smaller number divided by the bigger number, right? Lapse time divided by not start time, goal time. Yeah. Because it's trying to get how much of the goal time has happened. So if 2 out of 64 has happened, okay. But what I also need to do is times that by 100. 100 times this. Alright, let me try that again. Let me just fix the file. Alright, now the file should be correct. Start task. It's gonna take a second for it to show up because this is not a good taskbar. Shouldn't have taken that long. Where is it? Okay, let's try this again. Variable value. It's just gonna equal all of this. And then I'm just gonna switch this over to say value. Print value. Let me fix the file again. It's always 0. Oh wait, no, that's not the problem. The problem is that these guys are floats. They need to become floats. Oh no, they're integers, but they need to become floats before they get divided. Because now they will be divided as floats, then times 100. Okay. Okay. Now it works. There it is. There it is. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, and then if I load it, does it? Oh, wait. If I close it, then it should finish out before I open it back up. Oh, it did. Oh, it works. It just works. Okay, let's shove this back into where it goes. Okay. Oh wait, it did say complete task, right? No, it says pause task. Oh wait, I think I know why that's a problem. It's because in process, it sets progress to 3, match progress. Complete task, yippee. Okay, so everything works. Everything works. Everything works. I believe it should all work. It looks like it's all working. 0, 0. Okay. Just change the file again. This all looks right. This is gonna take its time. There it is. Then I pause it. It looks like that. I close. I'm gonna give it a second to make sure nothing, that if it does break, it breaks more. Ooh. Oh, it works. Oh, wait. If I close it, then it's still gonna progress. It still progressed. Did it glitch back there? Or was it my head just shaking? It works. Oh, it just works. Oh, it works. Holy cow. And then as soon as it's completed, it should just switch over the button to say complete task. There it is. It just took a couple seconds longer because of this being a bad texture to test with. So it all works. All of the long task stuff works. Let me just set the file back up. Oh, I can't believe that worked. Okay. Long tasks are done. It does need an end function, however. How does the base end happen? It does the reward controller and then it disables the button. I think that's what I want. I think I want disable button. When it ends, I also need to make sure that infinite task works. So when it process, if it's 1, it does this. It should never go to 2. It should never go to 3, because infinite task and infinite task fall. So if it's true, this will never happen. So it will just keep going. My issue, however, is that I don't have a way of. Interesting. Now that I'm thinking about it, this needs to change actually, just a bit. Because the problem is that when the infinite I guess I need to figure out how I actually want. When I have the infinite task, I need to be able to pause it and then need to be able to complete it. I can either have it have two buttons, or I can have it have a menu have like a small menu pop up to either uh, uh, do its thing or complete it. So I either, because how I have it set up previously is that there is a there is a how I set it up previously is that there were buttons that would appear for an infinite task. So what I would need is I would need it so that if infinite pass else just make everything go over 1. Can I do this? Oh, I can. That's probably much smarter than doing everything one by one. Let's see. If it's so this is all if it's not infinite stuff. I think I want something very similar to this actually. Actually, maybe I don't put the match into the if statement. What I do is I put if statements into the match. So this should be the same no matter what. This is where it gets different. If infinite pass else this. It's the same ideas in here. Why? I need is instead of these guys. Oh, but then it matches the button progress anyways. What happens if it... I mean, that matching the button progress in this case isn't terrible. Because all it would do is return what it already has. Nothing would change. Except for the start time, which isn't actually important. Yeah. Yeah, the start time, changing the start time if it's already paused is fine. And then 1, it wouldn't change the start time anyway. So what I need this to do instead is I need it to show 3 more buttons or something. I need it to show it's like a smaller menu pop up that is like pause task, complete task, or close the menu. So what I could do variable net pause sink in. Closing a bunch of notifications real quick. Do I need to have the button set up separately, actually? How do I have... How do I have stuff called a signal? I have it called signal in here, actually. On ready. Button press dot connect. Yeah. What I need is I need to get the other buttons. And then I need to give them their own thing. So what I would do is pause variable inf complete variable inf continue but I'm gonna also label them as buttons. And then because it's super ready, it does all of this. And then what I need it to do is I need it to, well, I guess setting these up to buttons in the scene happens in the lower ones down here. So what this one actually needs is this is just setting up the connections. This is just setting up this in ready. Base, this is no longer base button, this is infinite pause. If pause pressed. Well, I'm gonna need 2 more of these. I need something very similar to this, except this is not pause, this is complete. And this is not pause, this one is continue. And then infinite complete infinite continue. Oh, and then I need these functions to actually exist, which would help. Now let me put them all the way at the end. Infinite crying. Alright, everything's there. What I need is in base button press. If it's infinite, what I need is I need these guys. Oop. Here. Equal to if infinite, if pause button is equal to. Oh no, this is dot visible. Visible? Is that right? Is it visible or visibility? I can't remember. True. And then I could just make a function toggle infinite buttons. How's it going? Much progress? I got it so that a set time task is all that information is saving correctly and also able to be displayed correctly if I give it the right, display. I need to make that actually look good in the future. But it seems to be working good for that. All I'm doing now is I'm making it so that if it's an infinite task, instead of pausing and unpausing, it allows you to choose between pausing, completing, and then continuing. And then I can zone out completely. And then this is gonna talk. This is gonna be its own. This is gonna be its own. I need it so that it changes the visibility. Is this sticking to Moscow? It is, because how I have it in there is that the must was all of like setting up the base, making sure short task works, making sure all the rewards work, and then redeeming rewards work. All of that is working now. And then in should is making the long and complicated task all work. Like making sure all of their information works. Yeah. Zoning out again. So now I have. Are you able to show it off? Yeah. Let me. Cause this actually probably it's gonna complain now because it's currently all broken. Cause these things don't exist yet. So let me make them. Let me make these things exist in the testing. Testing long info. On ready. Make this stuff exist again. Make this stuff exist. This needs to equal to. And now I need add child button. In let me type. Inf pause duplicate complete These are not going to be ready, but this is going to set it up so I can at least show off the first one. Duplicate, infinite, continue. Pause, complete, continue. Alright, that'll make it stop complaining about that. Oh, they're just now little dots now. It's fine. I don't have to click on them. Currently, the set time task starts working. It doesn't have a display for the time, but it does have the information for it, so I can work that display out. But that display probably will come in the same time of when I'm adding it, so that I can display an in-app time, just because all of the like time display functions are going to be very similar between what is used in the task, what is used for the service. Like just whenever a time is displayed, it's going to be reused a lot. In here, start task. If I start it, then it will allow me to pause, and we can see that the progress bar is working. And then also, if we pay attention to where it is and I close it, just wait a couple seconds so it can keep progressing. If the app closes, it still can continue to progress even when the app is closed. But if I were to pause it, it will stop. And then if I close the app and wait a couple seconds to make sure it doesn't continue, and then open it back up, it's still in the same spot. And then I can let it go, wait for it to get down to complete. I have it set to 65 seconds, so it's going to take like 30 more seconds. You will probably just have a Unix to time. Yeah, that's probably that is exactly what it will probably be, but I have to make that. That comes when I need to make Unix into time. Somewhere where you give these times. Yeah, I have a feeling like all the I have to figure out how I'm gonna do that one. I don't know if I want that to be an autoloader or like the rest of it. Also, that taskbar looked like it completed before it said complete, but that's because this texture is technically longer than the end of the texture. So it was working correctly, it's just a bad texture to example it. And then I can complete it. And then it does disable the button, and it should have... I don't think I have the reward behavior. I don't think I have this printing whenever... Oh, that's the test... Wait, where's the actual redeem function? Where's the base here? This isn't printing still, is it? Oh wait, no. Where's this thing I'm looking for actually? Is it project-wide reward controller? Adding a reward does not print it, right? It is supposed to print it. I don't think I have adding a reward currently working. It's an autoloader to go... Yep, that is what it is. The Singleton. I just remember, I just call it by what it says actually up here. But yeah, this is the Singletons. I just call it autoloader because that's how it's labeled in the actual like project settings. So that way when I'm looking for it, I can actually see where it is. It's supposed to... So yeah, I don't have... It does not set the reward yet, but that's also because long tasks are supposed to have the quality assurance to it, which I have not set up the quality assurance to it, which is why it didn't work. I need to now go back and currently manually reset the task because I don't have a smarter system for it yet. I need to make the smarter system when it actually loads a list, which is later on. I need to make it so that the information saves first, and then I can make it so that the list works. which is a part of the UI. Yeah. Where was I at? Did I save this? Yeah, this is back to the start. Okay. So now I need to make the buttons work, but this makes them a toggle. This works, right? I just need them to become the opposite whenever this is set. All right, and then I need, what else do I need in here? I also need the base button. It's disabled. It's disabled? I keep mixing up if it's disabled or disable. To not this guy. I should also, that way I don't have to test on a different file, I should just set this to be true. Okay. If infinite button pressed, it needs to at the end toggle this back. It needs to, if it's complete, this needs to set progress equal to 4, match progress, and then this guy just will toggle the buttons back. Also, random question, what is the Cult of the Lamb thing on your stream? That is because one time I streamed Cult of the Lamb and they have Twitch integration. I probably, can I turn that off? Edit your my extensions. Can I turn that off? Then it will show for viewers. I kind of expect that. I'm not seeing a way to deactivate. There we go. Alright. I'm assuming on refresh it will go away. Ooh, what? Don't. I clicked on something by accident. Okay. Everything fix itself, please. Oh, I did. What did I just close? Oh, it was probably another one of the Twitch pop-ups. Okay, I think it's fine. I think everything's fine now. I just had to go in and disable that manually. Actually, let me refresh to see if it's still on my end. Nope. Okay. Refresh and there's lack of lamb. Perfect. Yeah. I just didn't. I played it once on stream, and so I put in the extension, and just I have not I did not take it off when I was not playing. Man, thinking about like the Twitch integration makes me want to go back and try and figure out more of the Twitch integration. You're welcome for the reminder. Thank you. But yeah, I want to go back to the working on Twitch integration stuff. My problem is that whenever I try and work with it, all of a sudden it will just show the secret ID for the Twitch integration. I'm running out of voice. I'm running out of voice. Whenever I work on the Twitch integration stuff, it's just like showing all the secret information in Godot, so not the best thing to stream. But also, I like struggle to do things off a stream. I mean, I struggle to do things on stream, but it is something I do want to work on more. Especially with all the new knowledge I have. What is this? If progress is equal to 1, actually no, don't do that. Else if I know I need to do more than that. That's why I'm using an if statement. I just gotta remember what else I need to do. I need to make it so that when it becomes 2, yes, it sets that. And then when it becomes 1, it needs to set the start time. I wonder how developers even test Twitch integration. Probably with, I mean, I know Twitch has tools to like run a test stream that actually doesn't get broadcast on Twitch. So that's a way. I don't know. I know I've seen doing that. Probably that, yeah. It's either that or you test them by actually just streaming. Like just setting up most of the program, testing it on stream, and then seeing what breaks. I mean, one of the things I did is I just one of the main things I see is just throwing just typing in chat, like on an offline chat, just typing into there to test if you're receiving the commands mostly. But yeah, I want to just add the Twitch integration just so that way I have stuff to interact with when I'm just staring at the screen and not saying anything. Try and convince people who check in for a second to stay checked in. But that's also something I've put on the back burner because I'm bad at working at stuff off a stream, and if I do it on stream, I'll just reveal the secrets. I also, one of the main things I want to try and figure out with it is because with how I see to do it, with how the Twitch developer console is, it currently sends the message from my Twitch, which I would prefer if it sent a message from a different username, but I don't know if that means I need to make an entire new Twitch account just to do that, which I wouldn't be surprised if that is what I need to do. But also, that just means there's more work that's going to make me wait to work on it. Also, the couple times I've opened up the like Twitch integration testing progress, it looks like the entire thing broke somehow. So I think I do need to reset it. But also, nothing has really, I haven't really done anything with it besides just put in a couple test commands and like put in the like the asset to make it actually work without me knowing how the back end stuff for Twitch works. Thinking, is there anything else I need to switch with this? Because that's how it works up here as well. Twitch emotes are weird. Yeah, I know with how what's it called? I know that the system I was using, just looked at them for the first time in a while. Yeah, no, I know that with the system I was like the built, it's not built in, but like the system that was pre-built for free use. Uh, I know the one I was using was able to actually like get the Twitch emotes and then display them in the like test messaging system. I know that system was able to do it, but I don't know how it did that. I need to get into it more. Do, 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 do. Oh, the other thing this needs to do is switch the text around of it. Transgender. Yeah, no. The heart hand pride flags are amazing, and get spammed in every single chat I ever look at. Like, what are my top emotes on Twitch? It's hard to see because my window is funky. Show me my emotes, Twitch. Frequently used? Those are not my frequently used. Twitch, stop lying to me. I know those are not my frequently used. Can't wait for Twitch to delete all the pride emotes. Yeah. Well, I need to actually open up like Twitch normally. I know it isn't. Back to Twitch. I want to see if I pause this, will it show me? Okay, now those are my correct emotes. Let me no shift S that real quick. Oh wait, it's blocking it. Wait, stop. Windows shift S. These guys, let me make sure it doesn't pull up anything else when I open this. Yep. These guys are my main emotes I use on Twitch. Do 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 do. Like you have all of the pride ones, and then like literally every other one is Drayden animations. Bigger? Oh no, why would I do that? Why would I want to do that? There we go. Bigger. Yeah. These are all of my most used Twitch emotes. No trans? It's right here. It's right here. I redacted my previous statement. Yeah. Trans, non binary, lesbian, bi, gay, and then ace. It's arrow or ace. I don't remember off the top of my head. Redact or retract. Redact is, I'm pretty sure, more of hiding or like. In my mind, redact is more of a sweep under the rug, cover up, like didn't happen. Retract is more of a take back. Redact is a omission. Retract is an omit. While I am redacting in your walls. What does that even mean? My walls are too thin for you to hide in. What else did I need in here? I know I was just thinking about something else that needed to happen in here. The text of the thing. I need to get. I was getting the in. I need to get the pause button. I need to get the text for it. Pause pressed. Actually, do I want to set it so that the text changes in here, or your walls are too thin? What are you trying to say? It's just a fact. These walls, they're like I can just hear everything through them. Like the entire building shakes when the air conditioning turns on. That or I'm just too sensitive to like because I just grew up in an area where there really wasn't air conditioning and it was like there was not a lot to happen around where I grew up because it was the middle of nowhere. So now that I'm actually in the city, I just can hear everything a lot more. Do. Where? What am I thinking? Do I want to set the text in here? I'm setting the title, but the title should always be a label that's displaying it. Probably having access to air conditioning all the time is weird to me. It is. It's also weird to me, but that's because I grew up poor, middle of nowhere, where I couldn't. And then even in my the like in the 1 year of college I did, I don't think we really had control over the air conditioning, or I didn't touch it. In the second place I lived after moving out with my parents, there was air conditioning, but I never touched it. And then the last place I was at before here didn't have air conditioning. The only places that have AC are businesses. Yeah. No, I was just too poor for it most of my time. I mean, the last place I lived at, like, technically cost. I mean, it costed more as an individual, but less overall. Uh, I mean, I was only renting a room where I didn't even have my own bathroom or anything. It was not a good place. The last place I lived at, it was not worth the money I was paying for it. But yeah, that place did not have air conditioning, but it everywhere I've lived has had a like heating system. But that's because if a place I lived at did not have a heating system, everybody that lived there would die. So kind of makes sense. Like I just live in such a cold place that if there's not a heating system, you will just suffer for like 6 months out of the year. Hypothermia, woo. Yeah, no, it really is the thing of if you don't have a like heating system in your house around where I live, like I mean I moved kind of far from the last couple places I lived, like still in the same state, but like the other side of the state. Then again, I'm not even at the edge of the state now. States are just huge for no reason. But yeah, it's just so cold. If you don't have a heating system here, you will suffer for most of the year probably. Yeah. No, it's just cold. So often it is cold. From like and I mean like really cold. Like I mean under like under 32 Fahrenheit like 6 months of the year, which I know is under 0 Celsius for the whole year, for most of the year. Like it is actually freezing for like 6 months of the year. I mean, it's not as bad where I live now because I am lower. Yeah, that's no like. I mean the heating systems keep it up to 70, but if there wasn't a heating system, it would go down to close to 32. I mean, most places like this well built places or like places that are just built smart will keep their temperature better than just like instantly dropping to 32 without a heating system. But also, you need to have heat in there in the first place for that to matter. And then a lot of places are like a couple places I've lived in have been falling apart and would not keep their temperature for too long. It is like actually cold. I think the fact that we're completely surrounded by sea around affects the temperature. I forget, makes it warmer or colder. So yeah, that is the main thing. Is like being by water. Like it makes it like just the humidity is so different. What like the water is interesting because I know I lived further away than most of my friends in high school, like from the water source that was around where I lived. And so my area was just always like hotter in the summer. Well, it always flipped back and forth depending on the time of day and like the actual weather, but it was like never the same temperature. And then also since my a lot of my friends lived in places with like actual air conditioning, they had it better. Because my place had no air conditioning. It was in like it held in the heat. The house I grew up in was not good for like being in a time when it was warm. Like every other place I lived, even the ones that didn't have air conditioning, at least were like able to keep the warm out most of the time. Like it literally was just that childhood home just did not like keep heat out. It just cooked. It was terrible. Like the fact that I moved here and had like air conditioning, it was like, "Oh wow, this is so nice." It almost made me not feel as bad when my phone did a complete reset. I'm still trying to figure out if I want to have this control the text of the button. I mean, probably. I have everything, all the other text controlled in here, so I probably should just do it. I can't think of why I wouldn't. Uh, infinite pause button. Do do do. Toggle. Infinite pause. Dot text is equal to. Bu, 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 bu. Do do do. I. Infinite text. I think I want to put this at the top of this just to make it look the same. Alright, I should also set these texts. This is backwards, isn't it? If progress is 1. Oh, this is if the button is pressed. Set progress to 2 unpaused. So its default should be pause. Because it when you first click into it, it should say unpause. No, when you first click into it, it should be pause. Because it starts unpaused. This one is complete continue. I look it up and it says the ocean prevents there from being many extremes since it cools the heat and up slower in the atmosphere. Slower than the atmosphere. Okay. I was trying to remember exactly which way it went. But yeah, I just knew it was like always like better to be in like cuz the main like it was a small town, but it was the main area of like the county that I lived in and I just happened to live 30 minutes away, but it was always nicer to be in that main area just cuz it was right next to like bigger body of water. So it just always made the temperature better. Most of the time. I think there are some cases where it made it cooler. Like in the morning it was cooler. Do. I don't know. I don't remember as well. It's been a while. It's been 4 years, hasn't it? I mean, I've gone back there a couple times, but it's been like 4 years since I've lived over there. I'm getting old. I mean, kind of. My perspective, yes. Generalized, no. Does this work? Probably should just make it lay out better. Complete. No. Wait, no. Continue should be on the end because complete. Pause. And then these should start as not visible. Oh, and it crashed. Okay, visible is not the correct one. Is it visibility? Visible? What? Oh, I didn't change the other side of it. Well, at least I know it is visibility because then it would have given the error earlier. Oh, nope, that actually also is false. What is it? Why can't I remember what it is in Godot? Oh, I spelt visible wrong. That's what the problem is. I swear visible used to be spelt with an A. But also, maybe I'm just crazy. I mean, I have never been good at spelling, so I don't... Oh, what? Why is... Oh, because it's completed. Okay, let me reset that. Open file location. That one. Let me just make that correct again. Let me just reset that one real quick. Oh wait, no. Type should be 1. Task reward 100. Task progress 0. True 60. Okay. Let's try that one again. Start task. Well, shit. Doesn't control space do auto complete in Unity? Does control space do auto complete in Unity? Godot. Control space. I know. I don't think it does. I know if I had... I think my main problem with it is that it doesn't recognize that this is a button. It doesn't recognize that this is a button because I'm not actually setting what it is yet. Like, I don't have it set to an integer or anything, so it has no reference for what this is. Like, it doesn't know that it's one of these guys. Oh, so how did I break... How did I break that thing? Why don't you tell it it's a button then? Because that's a good point. Can I tell it directly that it's a button, or do I tell it's a node? I can tell it it's a node. Can I tell it it's a button directly? It might be better just to call it a node in case I... It might be better to call it a node just in case I change it to something else later, because a node will still have... A node will still have visibility on it. It also doesn't look like it actually recognized to show visibility. Button. Button.fizz. Okay, when I set it to button, it allows me to do visible. I thought it would allow me to do that with a node, because I mean it is just a subsection of a node. It's just like is a part of a node. Maybe it's just not showing me everything that I can do with a node, because that is literally everything in Godot. So it just wanted me to be more specific. But also, this means that it has to be a button, and there are other types of buttons. I know I've written it correctly. I might eventually tell it it is something else, but currently I think I'm going to leave it alone, because it now works, or it should work. Something's not working with it, but I don't know why it stopped working. Yeah, that should not have happened. I wonder if node inherits anything. That's a good question. I don't know what else node inherits, because like most things inherit from, like basically everything inherits from a node, or like extends from a node. Because I mean even base task extends from node. Like that is the bottom. That is the most, like the highest in the hierarchy. Most things in Godot are, if I'm not mistaken. Just because that is what Godot is built in off of, is like all the nodes. Why did the taskbar stop working? What happened to that? Base button pressed. If it's 0, start time, progress 1, super base. Alright, and then match progress. Also, it's after midnight. You should probably go to sleep. Yeah, have a good night. Why did that stop working? I love it when stuff just stops working. Good night. Yeah. Oh, wait, because it's supposed to not work. That's why it's not working. It's not supposed to work. Oh, I'm dumb. Oh, I'm stupid. That's why it's not working, because it's not supposed to. That's why I need a text on there that says what is happening instead of it just being a progress bar. Especially since, why did it start at here? Oh, it's because if it's less than or equals. Amazing. Okay. What I should do... I don't know what I should do. what I think I really need to do is I need to set this value to 100 if it's an infinite task. Value is equal to 100 if set to 100 if it's okay. That one should work. Well, it's not gonna. I'm not gonna be able to know if I don't reset the file. Okay. Okay, starts off as yellow. It's gonna remain yellow. It's perfect. And then this makes the buttons appear. It disables so I can't click back onto this, and then I can continue. Keeps working, and then I can complete it or I can pause it. Huh? Is it backwards? Unpause, then pause, it goes to unpause. I think I have something backwards here. If one, pause, oh, I'm not matching the progress, that's what it is. I literally have it down here to match the progress. Now it should work. Unpause, pause. I still think I have it backwards. All right, unpause, unpause, pause, pause. Continue. Unpause, continue, continue, pause, unpause, complete. Okay. I think that works for the most part. I also think I am I done here? I think all of the long stuff works for the most part. I might need to clean it up a bit, but it works now. And I am losing it. I mean, all the information is saving properly. All of it is able to be displayed correctly. I'm getting information correctly. I think that is long task ready. Like, at least the information. Let me, Oh, I didn't add the quality slider. I'm hungry and I'm losing focus real bad. Let me Yeah. I've set up long task. Long task is ready. And it has been like 3.5 hours, but I've lost all focus. I barely had any to begin with. We're gonna let me set up, where is creator music box? There we go. Okay, I can end stream. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's coming along. Stuff is working. I just need to make stuff work better. And I mean, what am I working on next? I need to make the long task quality assurance, which probably it might be something I can do off stream. And then I need to figure out what information is also needed in a complicated task over the long and short task. So yeah. Yeah, I think most of it that sounds mostly ready. So I am going to move on. I'm gonna head out for today, and I hope everybody else has a good night. I'm gonna go eat food because I've been pretty hungry like today for just no reason at all. I've just decided to be hungry.